Good morning, everyone. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Chanel's Reality. I'm Chanel, and this is my reality. So, today I wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about Justin Bieber again. I don't know why, but he's just been on my heart. And I was thinking to myself that there's been such a shift in Justin. Like, he went from what seemed like a charismatic, young, talented, could have been anything and 10 times more, in the music industry or whatever, entertainment, modeling, whatever. He's handsome. So, anyways, he's been on my heart. And so I'm just kind of like, especially with everything that's going on with the Diddy stuff. And I really do feel like Justin Bieber is really literally, he is in the nucleus of this case. Because I feel like if he testifies or does some sort of whatever it is where he's explaining what happened to him and things like that, it's going to break the internet. And it's also going to, I feel, make all of the RICO and the trafficking and all of those um, allegations um, valid, because he came into our life and he was a kid, he was 15, 16 years old. Um, so I think what has happened to Justin, this is just my assessment. I don't know him. I wasn't there, but I feel like he has a lot of humiliation and embarrassment and fear. And because he has all of those things, those three things specifically, I feel he has the fear of being publicly embarrassed about whatever happened to him. Um, because then people are like, oh, he's weak or he's gay or whatever negative thought that people want to put out there to explain away someone like a Justin Bieber being attacked or manipulated or um, molested, whatever it is, whatever happened to him. I think he's using alcohol and or was using, because I don't know if he's still using alcohol and drugs to cope with the fact that he probably feels very, very powerless, no power. And because he probably feels very powerless, then the anger sets in, the resentment sets in. Um, I just feel like the situation of what happened to him, it kind of like erodes and paralyzes your self-esteem and confidence. Because you can't, if you've ever been sexually assaulted and no one believed you, or you were threatened when it happened, or whatever the case may be, you didn't want that person to find out because you felt shame or whatever. Um, that locks you in a trauma box, which to me gives you trauma is lifelong. So to me, that gives you lifelong PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder, where you have flashbacks or you have issues with anger, fear, depression, all kinds of things. Um, so I feel like who he is, I feel like who Justin is no longer who Justin Bieber was. He's a completely different person. In my opinion, he may as well change his name. Remember, Prince was like, I'm no longer Prince. I go by the armor, the what do you call the artist formerly known as Prince. I feel like that's where Justin is. I feel like he doesn't have any faith in anyone. And he's lost his confidence as he's lost his confidence, and all of I feel his decision making is in confirmed by or gauged by Trump. So him using drugs and alcohol to cope and, wilding out, and now being basically a walking silent victim. And it must be the most paralyzing to me. It's one thing that, your uncle so and so sexually assaulted you. That's horrific and it's bad. And I'm not in that way. But what I'm saying is, when you think about the scope, I don't know if y'all can still hear me, my internet's acting up. But if you think about the scope of Justin's fame, to put it in perspective, when you have that much fame, that much influence, that much love, and that much money, and that much, I don't want to say focus, but basically attention on you, the fear of someone finding out that did something like that, and now people are going to say you're gay, or they're going to try to end your career, or they're going to say you're lying, you're trying to take down a black man, or whatever. I think that kind of keeps him bound. And it probably overtakes every decision that he makes. I think what happened to Justin, when it happened to him, and because he was at the height of his fame, at the start of his career, he was just trusting people. And now he knows he can't trust anyone, nobody, because he wasn't protected. Who was protecting this young man? And if you go over to Nickelodeon and Disney, you'll find a million others with a very similar story, in my opinion. I've done deep dives on them as well, and it's the level of sexual assault that they cover up is asinine. It's kind of like the Catholic Church and what they do to, when the priests are reported on, they basically move them to a different parish. We can't have these holy men of God having their image tarnished because the pallbearers at the Catholic Church are accusing, this bishop or Catholic, I don't even know, I guess priest, of these egregious things. That's why they moved the pastor, no, I don't want to say pastors, the priest from parish to parish, to keep the whatever it is going, because of how many people are involved. And I think because the Catholic Church is the biggest institution on the planet. So I think the reason Diddy was able to get away with it for so long is because the people in that industry were just moving him along, giving him more deals, more money, more this, that, and that, more power, more influence. So he doesn't have a reason to stop. It's the same reason that the priests aren't going to stop if you just move them to another parish. They just have fresh crop of victims. Anyway, I'm going to play a little bit of some of the videos that I think kind of shed a little bit of light on Justin, and the link is in the description if you want to go and look at all of it. If you could and wouldn't mind, please hit the like button and subscribe if you can. So let me share my screen. 1 second.
I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So, and we gonna go full crazy.
Just when we thought we heard it all about Diddy, reports emerged that he allegedly tried to groom young Justin Bieber. You probably heard by now that back in the day, Diddy used to run something called Puffy's Flavor Camp, and he paid his young protege Usher to live with him. Well, rumors are now going around that Usher wasn't the only young star that Diddy tried to control. Several clips of Diddy making young Justin Bieber uncomfortable recently went viral, and fans are saying it's high time someone investigates all these creepy allegations about Diddy. As you all probably know, Diddy's sexual orientation has been a hot topic among fans for years. And before you say fans should just mind their own business, we want to point out that Diddy's orientation is not the issue here. The real reason fans are saying Diddy needs to be exposed and investigated is because of his alleged history of grooming and SA involving boys and young men.
Jimmy, who has close ties to Hollywood and to Diddy specifically, told the FBI that he knew that Diddy had sex with minor boys.
Back in 2013, The Smoking Gun, a website that posts legal documents and arrest records, published documents from a debriefing session between federal investigators and James Roseman, better known as Jimmy Henchman. And the documents exposed some highly disturbing allegations about Diddy. Henchman is a former record executive turned drug kingpin who was convicted of drug trafficking in 2012 and sentenced to life in prison. According to documents, prior to his arrest, Henchman had several pre-trial meetings with prosecutors, and the feds quizzed him about his contacts with multiple high-profile industry figures, including Diddy. Investigators questioned Henchman whether Diddy engaged in any illegal activities, and one prosecutor reportedly asked if Diddy had relations with underage boys. Here's a direct quote from the court documents provided by The Smoking Gun. Questions became even more bizarre when said prosecutor asked entertainers' sexual preferences, including, but not only, Sean Combs having sexual relations with underage boys. According to The Smoking Gun, Henchman provided nothing of substance on the high-profile figures, and that's why the disappointed prosecutors rejected his bid for a plea deal. So if the feds really asked Jimmy Henchman something like this, it must mean that they were already aware of allegations surrounding Diddy, and yet somehow this whole thing was swept under the carpet. However, the conversation was reignited in 2016 when Diddy's protege Usher appeared on Howard Stern's show and was asked to set the record straight on his experiences at Puffy's Flavor Camp. To give you some context, Usher was signed by L.A. Reid's LaFace record label at just 14 years old. Now, as soon as he was signed, Usher started preparing for his debut album. However, he was going through puberty at the time and was struggling to adjust to his voice. L.A. Reid reportedly wanted to drop Usher from his label. However, the label eventually decided to bring in several vocal coaches to help Usher complete the record. But Reid had another idea. He decided to send 14-year-old Usher to live in New York City with Diddy, supposedly to toughen him up. So when Howard Stern asked Usher to explain what exactly the purpose of Puffy's Flavor Camp was, Usher admitted he witnessed some wild stuff at Diddy's house, although you could tell he was being careful not to reveal too much.
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you
New
over
York
to
City.
something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's what it
Camp.
was called. Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I
Come
mean,
on.
but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle,
Right.
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
Usher admitted that he was paid a daily allowance while living with Diddy, but never explained what his tasks and obligations were.
I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem.
Yeah.
I had like, you know,
What
like
a
a living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And while Usher didn't want to reveal too much about what he saw at Diddy's house, when Howard asked him if he would let his own kids attend Puffy's Flavor Camp, he didn't hesitate to say hell no.
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
So if Puffy's Flavor Camp was really just a music boot camp to help young stars improve their vocal skills, why would Usher have a problem sending his kids there? It sounds like the whole purpose of this so-called camp was something more sinister, and it might have something to do with the bizarre comments Diddy made during a recently resurfaced interview with Kevin Hart. The interview showed intoxicated Diddy telling Kevin how 10-year-old Usher used to sleep in his bed and how they used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes.
That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, damn, pause, but like, that's how. I mean, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the all for the frosted flakes because he used to always get up early.
So if Usher was 10 when all of this was going on, it means that Diddy was 19. So why was a 19-year-old man sharing a bed with a 10-year-old that he's not related to? And where exactly was this going on? L.A. Reid claimed that he sent Diddy to Puffy's flavor camp when Usher was 14. So does this mean that Diddy was already visiting Usher before that? And more importantly, where was Usher's mom when all of this was happening? Honestly, the whole thing doesn't just sound creepy, but it actually sounds illegal, and it's really strange how no one stepped in to protect Usher. And we could ask the same questions about Justin Bieber because he too was treated inappropriately by multiple adults in the industry. In fact, a fan-made compilation recently went viral on TikTok showing different celebrities and talk show host acting very weird around young Justin, touching him without his consent and asking inappropriate questions. Now, imagine if an older male celebrity did some of this stuff to a young female singer. There would be an uproar. But if you thought that was bad, wait till you see this footage of Justin's interactions with Diddy. Back in 2009, when Justin was 15 years old, he spent 48 hours hanging out with Diddy, who was 40 at the time. And Justin later uploaded a video on his YouTube channel documenting some of their moments. And again, imagine if this were a 40-year-old rapper organizing a 2-day hangout with a 15-year-old girl. Well, anyway, the video Justin uploaded was very strange because it showed Diddy promising Justin that he would give him a nice car and a mansion and the
I want to hear from the person that was filming Justin and P. Diddy when he was promising Justin all of these things. I would love to know, outside of L.A. Reid, who made this decision? Who said, let's get custody, alleged custody, of Justin Bieber, and let's then send him over to Puffy? I don't understand how, if that's a conversation that your handlers are having, how do you come to that conclusion that the best place for Justin to go for 2 days to be completely unrestricted outside of Diddy and Diddy's minions? How does that meeting go? Because if I'm the parent, if I'm the manager, if I'm the whomever, I want to know why you need Justin at your house for 2 days or 3 days or a day. What is the reason? What is, you're not going to teach him how to sing. You can't sing. You can't be his vocal coach. You're not a writer. What in the hell would be your reason? What is it? Puff Diddy, Daddy, Shitty Combs. What's your reason? Because I don't understand why no one asked that question. And if they did ask the question, why then didn't someone else ask a follow-up question and be like, yeah, that's weird. That's very, very weird. What would a grown-ass man need with a 14-year-old that is not a part of his family? He doesn't work for him. He doesn't do anything for Justin. So why was he there to begin with? It's not like he's at an engagement where he's going to be meeting other people. And that can help his resume and help with whatever else. That's not it. Right? Told you. Over here on Chanel's Reality, we use both sides of our brain. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. I can't put that together in any shape, form, fashion and say that there shouldn't have been 100,000 follow-up questions of all the red flags. Where do you need to go? Even Justin, and God bless him, he's a little boy. So whatever he would have asked, I'm sure it would have been met with, oh yeah, you're gonna get a nice house, you're gonna get to pay in the pool, you're gonna get to hang out with a billionaire. These are the things that I'm sure, because Justin seems like at the time a pretty savvy person. If you go back and watch all the compilations of all the stars or celebrities and the egregious behavior that they had towards this young man, sexually assaulting him on multiple occasions, and just felt like they could. It's just so bizarre. It's bizarre. It's the equivalent of Selena Gomez. I'm gonna just use her for, most people know her. So for point of reference, if wherever Selena Gomez went to do an interview about her upcoming album or whatever, and people were just feeling completely free to grope her everywhere. That young man was groped on I think it was American Music Award or some big stage like that by Jenny McCarthy, if I'm not mistaken. And he said, I feel violated. And yet the crowd is still laughing. How? But I come back to my question. Who are the people that are in this phone call or this Zoom call, whatever it was, that made it that said, you know what? When P. Diddy said, oh, I just need Justin to be around me for 48 hours. Who sends their child anywhere with any adult for 48 hours that they don't know? I don't know you, sir. And again, it would make some level of sense if you could say the reason for him coming. What is he learning? What is he getting out of this? Like, I don't understand. If there's no contractual reason that Justin would need to be at P. Diddy's house, why is he there? I'm not blaming the parent, because based on how many bodies Diddy allegedly has, they probably threatened her. Because I've never heard of, and listen, I used to work for CPS in conservatorship, and I've never seen anyone, even when the parents are down and out and we, the investigator, the state of Texas to conservatorship, I've never seen now one time where a parent could just select randomly some random person, has no connection to this child, to their child, and say, we're just going to let that child, my child, stay with them, just randomly. And I don't know them. That has never happened. That doesn't happen. Whenever a child is taken into custody and conservatorship and removed from their parents' home, they start from the inside out, right? So put us in touch with your sisters, your brothers, your grandmother, your boyfriend or baby daddy, your husband's grandma. Like, they're going down the list of people because, one, it's less traumatizing to take a child out of their home and put them at least with someone they know, right? So it's going to decrease the trauma. It doesn't mean that the child isn't going to have trauma being away from their parent. But we also know that children will have trauma. Children have, a lot of times, have separation anxiety. It's the reason why people have to prepare themselves, and adults do too, but they got to prepare themselves to take their child to daycare or to the first day of school because it can be overwhelming. So imagine Justin is being told, hey, listen, you're going to go have a good time with Diddy and just hang out with him. He wants to get to know you, whatever, you with it. Of course he wants to go over there. Why would I have any suspicion? This man is known to everyone. He can open all kinds of doors. And Diddy, from all the information in those lawsuits, he definitely uses people and gives them almost nothing in return. But people still think that man don't need to be in jail. He deserved to be out. He deserved to be out. Dumb DJ Envy. Yeah, he deserves to be out on bail so he can come and continue to be a danger to society. It's fuck boys like that I cannot. Because I'm just like, how do you have kids and let that come out of your mouth? That a person who clearly is a danger to society should be able to, just walk around freely amongst the rest of us. How does it come out of your mouth? Because you're involved in a fraud case, and you're supposed to be in the know. You willingly and knowingly put this man on your show to defraud people and encourage them to do it. And then once he was found out and so were you didn't come on the show and say, let's talk about it. Let's talk about how you bamboozled me and got my little, easily persuaded self and involved in some criminal activity. Let's not rectify. Let's not try to make it right. No, because it's not how the entertainment industry works. So, in my opinion, DJ Envy just did that so that when he does, his feet get brought to the fire again, he'll be able to say, "I want y'all to look out for me." You know what I'm saying? I didn't say I supported Diddy getting a bond. So fuck out of here. Anyway, let me stop sharing this, and I have one other video. So this is Freddie P from that show, The Band.
Yeah, that's real talk, man. You heard about how they shopping around a Diddy sex tape that he got with a male A-lister? You heard about that?
So I heard it last night, and it was something about they say he was standing at a table. They say the shirt that he wore to the VMA say something about God is great. But in the video, they got pictures of him standing in the background while a woman is being sexually pleased, but she under the influence. And they say it's white substance on her nose. You can clearly see that. And they saying in another video, they have him and an A-list, a young male, having sex. And it was an alleged allegations that it was being a tape was being shopped around with him and a young male. I'm not accusing nobody, but if you look at the way Justin Bieber look at Puffy, he hates that nigga. He hates that nigga. That man's face ain't just dropped soon as he wanted to go get a wife. That man's whole fucking face, that's some medical. That man young and healthy, man. But he terrified. You remember when I said a lot of people happy you locked up right now, Puff? He's one of them. That's why I'm speaking. He's one of them. One of the people that you terrified who couldn't get from under your claws. That's why Puffy trying to help her get back out here. He know these bitches want to see me fall. They want to see this. They've been waiting on this. He know how many people been waiting on this. His kids know. They feeling it. Nobody calling. Nobody trying to. You know what I'm saying? And all the people that was trying to be my friends. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody calling, offering no help. Ain't nobody calling. I see all these niggas in the new Busta Rhymes and all these niggas. Man, shut up. How you know I got love for you, Busta? But y'all niggas shut up, man. I'll just shut up. Talking about we making the case worse. We ain't making the case no fucking worse, nigga. This is bad. You niggas is trying to protect yourself. Shit, if I was Puffy, Puff, go out with a blaze of fire, because the world need to know. Go on that motherfucker stand and say, this bigger than Eno Brown. You hear me? This bigger than CLB. I need you to go on the stand and go all out if you're going to go on the stand, because if you go on that stand and talk anything else, Puffy, and try to convince us, it's not going to work. I think Puffy has been getting the best rest of his life. You get what I'm saying? After he getting through the withdrawal and letting his body recuperate, he needed that shit. It's a man in there that he's going to have to meet. I think it's going to be a Muslim man. Somebody that's going to change his direction in life, make him see life differently, because he wasn't really with God, as he said. He was playing with God, but he wasn't really with God. He was the other God, and he know it. I think God was bringing him home. Because sometimes God put you in life to preserve life. He put you in jail to preserve life. He don't want you. He don't want you just yet. You have more to do. Whether it be example or what, you have more to do. Even if I sit you in jail for 15 years, you're an example. When you get out, what you're going to do may be your entire reason for living. When he get out, the type of person he is may be maybe the reason for his entire existence. Get what I'm saying? Yeah, he was a monster. He was a party animal. He may come out a bishop. He may come out, you know what I'm saying? And with the power to change lives, because people can see him change. He could be a teaching moment. He could be completely different, 360. He could be, I think when he come out, he's going to be a totally different person. I think God put him in there to preserve his life. He not through with him yet. That's not my decision. I'm to say, oh man, I wish he could get my king of all kings gonna make that decision. If Puffy deserve to be home, he gonna be home. If Donald Trump deserve to win the chair, Kamala deserve to win the chair, they gonna win the chair. This ain't got nothing to do with us. Everything that's happening right now is God. Everything that's been happening, you see what happened with Dirk. This whole year has been God returning from the hurricanes, taking lives. A lot of people wasn't pure. A lot of people wasn't in touch with God. A lot of people left this earth without, you know what I'm saying? I speak to them. I hope y'all, like, a lot of people left this earth. Imagine dying and you ain't talked to him in about 6-7 months. And he coming, man. And you won't expect him. So
you feel like Justin Bieber is on the tapes?
I think it's Justin Bieber. I think Bieber hate the man. Bieber hate his guts. You can see it in Bieber's face. And I think Usher a sucker. Everybody be trying to praise Usher. Every time I see Usher, all I see is a fucking I don't even know how to say it. Fucking colorful person. Like a fucking demon, bro. Like I feel like they did it to him and he's so scary. He allows stuff. He's not a demon. He allows stuff to happen because he's scary. He's scared of them. And you know how you got somebody, yo, money. Okay. Yeah, Justin, go with Puffy. Knowing he ain't got no good intentions for the man. You get what I'm saying? And he wonder why the man don't want to perform with you at the Super Bowl. Man, get the fuck out of here. You know why the man ain't want to perform with you. He threw with you. That man finally got away from y'all, got a wife, got away from y'all. And you could just tell how he act now. He don't even, you know what I mean? That man like he's God now. He's in the God. He's God, baby now. A lot of them, in order to leave Hollywood, you have to go full on with the king. And somebody in Hollywood know that they can't fuck with you once you're on that journey. Because for some reason, every time somebody go through something in Hollywood, they go straight to the Lord. Full on. Like he gonna protect them. He gonna see Mace. Everybody, they going straight to the Lord when they leave Hollywood. There's a reason for that. But I feel like with that sex tape come, I can't wait till it come out. It's gonna be some more coming out. It says it's a lot. They say he tried to shop it on the black web for 500 million or some shit like that because he going through financial issues. He trying to sell a jet right now, and that's just life. A lot of y'all gonna realize a lot of these people ain't rich as y'all think they are. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have the liquid assets that y'all think they do. So I don't idolize people. Anything a man can get, LeBron got, anybody think you could get, your son can get, he got it, right? It ain't nothing special. It was God given. And God can give you a talent or a voice or avenue to make the same way. Like you ain't gotta sell yourself. Continue to praise the Lord.
Well, that's all I had, guys. Shout down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about what Freddie B had to say about Diddy. And what you think about my comments regarding who made this decision? Because everybody says, well, Usher got custody and then Usher took him over there. But nobody in between asked questions. Mom didn't ask questions. Dad didn't ask. Nobody asked the question as to why he would need to go and hang out with someone he doesn't even know, just simply because he's a celebrity. It's just weird. Think about it. If you take P. Diddy out of it, and some grown man you never met, came to your house and was like, hey, I'm rich and I can help your son and I just want to have him for 48 hours. What is your answer going to be? Absolutely never. It's not rocket science. I don't understand. Those are the type of people that needs to be, come to the table. Because at that point, Justin had a manager. I'm sure he had an agent, a lawyer, and whomever else. So nobody's protecting him. Nobody's asking questions. He's 16. He's a minor. You would certainly ask questions if a random man came to the school and say, hey, I need to take Justin home with me for the weekend. His mom said it's okay. You think the school is letting him go? Absolutely not. We're going to have to try to figure out how the hell this grown man that doesn't even know your child is somehow able to get custody of him and just for no reason. Ain't because mom is this bad person and abused and neglected him. No, he just decided he wanted Justin, period. That's ludicrous. And how it continued, I don't know. I don't know that we'll ever know, but I'm hoping that sometime early next year, Justin exposes it because I think Justin's going to expose Diddy, but I think he's going to expose a whole bunch of people. I do. And I think if he survives it, and I'm praying that he does, because I'm sure he's being targeted and has been for years, which is why he don't say nothing about nothing, in my opinion. But I hope he's brave enough and doesn't like try to unalive himself, and because people are trying to get at him and all that kind of stuff. Because those people exist. Be very clear. You don't even have to be rich to have people stalking you, following you around, trying to ruin your career, trying to interrupt your life, destroy your image and your reputation, on and on and on. It doesn't take much. You don't have to be witty or rich. You don't have to be well connected. There's plenty of people who have stalkers, and they're not all wealthy and rich and have all this access and influence. They're just crazy mofos, and they get away with it. So imagine someone's calling you all the time when you finally decide to speak up. Imagine all of the blowback he's going to get on the internet, because that is guaranteed. There's going to be a subset of people like me, and probably a lot of the people that watch Chanel's reality, that are kind of be like, they're going to be like, yeah, we got you, Justin. This shit, that was a travesty. It's a tragedy that this happened to you, right? Because a lot of the people, I'm certain of this, that watch this show, Chanel's reality, have probably faced sexual assault in some capacity. Whether someone touched you on your ass and you were 22 in a club, that's still sexual assault. It's unlawfully putting your hands on someone else without their permission. That's what it is. So I believe there's going to be a subset of people that are going to rock with Justin. But there's probably going to be a much larger subset of people who are going to say, oh, look, you biting the hand that feeds you. This man gave you a career, and da 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 da. That's what they're going to say. It's coming. And then if he admits to the sexual assault that happened to him, and if he said, if it was men that did it, oh, there's going to be all of the people who hate gays, and all of the people who think you can become gay because you were sexually molested or raped. That is not how sexuality works. It's not shaped by an early sexual experience. If you're a think about it. For all the people who think, no, there's no way you could have been born that way. But think about it like this. I'm not God, so I don't know. But what I will say is this. If you think about it in the sense of, if you are a heterosexual and you know for certain you like, let's just say me, I'm a heterosexual. I know I like men. I was sexually assaulted as a child, but I still like men. You're not going to be like, oh, well, yeah, now she's into girls because she was sexually assaulted. No. You like whatever you like. You're attracted to whatever you're attracted to. So I feel like if you are sexually assaulted as a child, or probably as a child, I would, there's no, what's the right word? Facts. This is just my opinion, but I feel like if you were sexually assaulted as a child, it's not going to change your sexual identity. You're not going to all of a sudden become gay or lesbian or, whatever. You're not. You're going to still like who you like. And if you liked it as a child, and I'm not saying you engaged and liked it, but I'm saying your body had a response. So for example, if you're a man and someone's coming in, or boy rather, and someone's coming in the night, that's another man, but they rubbing your dick. Regardless of however whatever gender you are and what you like of this, that, and the third, your body's still going to have a response to it. To the touch is what I'm saying. But that doesn't mean you're gay. It doesn't mean you like men, but your body's it's being aroused. Just is what it is. It's like, if you think about it like this, if you're all in the dark and someone starts kissing you, you don't know who it is. You can't touch them, they can't touch you, but y'all just kissing. You might enjoy it. Does that mean you're gay? No. So I don't think that means you're gay. I think you still like what you like. But I think if you had those, feelings, or if you liked it and really liked it, meaning it didn't come from just your natural hormones being triggered or whatever, then you probably were bisexual to begin with. That's how I feel. I think people know if when a girl comes in a room and they're attracted to her, that's what they like. Just like, when we were in the 6th grade or whatever grade it was, you start liking boys. You see that one boy come in the room, like, oh my God, your heart's pitter pattering and all that. So my heart's not going to pitter patter for women if I don't like women, regardless of however, I may have been assaulted at a younger age. So anyway, that's just food for thought. So like I said, chime down in the comments. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button if you like the content that you're consuming. And have a good rest of your guys' day. Bye. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Chanel's Reality. I know I can't sing.